It's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Winston to Thomas, and it's a New Orleans first down.
All-pro receiver Michael Thomas missed all of 2021 while recovering from an ankle injury, but we'll never forget that he set an NFL record in 2019 with 145 catches. When healthy, borderline unguardable, just like he was on that play.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On second down, Kamara. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Put most there and he nicely bit off with a pretty decent gain.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 36. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
He's going to air one out. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's DeMario Davis navigating his way into the backfield for a tackle for loss.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Mayfield on play action. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Winston to give. It's Kamara. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try to keep the defense honest.
Kamara also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Winston. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. He'll return it from the 6. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. And going deep for Hill. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander the 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad. Yeah. They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing, Winston. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make the same mistake, and he's taking care of that early.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Third and short yardage. Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Lutt's good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutt's to kick it off. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. McCaffrey running up the middle. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On play action, Winston. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a 1st down. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints take a 3-touchdown lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down. Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. The 20. And he's into the end zone. Fumble return and a Saint touchdown. Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mayfield off the play fake. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try to wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And brought down just shy of 40. Working with a 2nd and 4. Now Mayfield. That caught by Trimble. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's going to bowl his way in for a Panther score. Robbie Anderson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers get a bit closer. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And going deep for Hill. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Quick slant, caught by Moore. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. Now Landry. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. Now this will be a return from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Mayfield. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Play fake. Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
And now there's yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They go play action. Mayfield. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play fake. Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, Do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone. Ready.
To throw, Winston. And Thomas has it. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Kamara up the middle. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive drive winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Winston. The pass caught by Olave. And he'll be brought down just shy of 40. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So 1st and 10 now from the Throwing, Mayfield. Over the middle, he's got Chenault. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The Panthers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Mayfield to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Call that a 48-yard punt and made even better by a loss on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Working out of the gun, Winston. He is going to find Hill here. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Mayfield now. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And again, it's Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
And the Saints are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. First down, Winston. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara.
And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Looking long for Thomas. They've got his man complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they have the right coverage, they've still dented them, and that's been a real issue for them during this game.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Jeremy Chin there defensively.
This will be a jet sweep. Here's Thomas with it. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Winston. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Shaq Thompson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and try to add to this lead.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Mayfield. Finding more on the out route for the completion. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. From the 44, Mayfield. And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He's got the connection to Moore. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. In a division game, it's usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for the Saints, they get back